Coming into center as we start to focus on this uplift within the field. When we first feel into it, however, it feels a bit as if we are being grabbed at the neck, almost this sensation of being reprimanded. But we see the lift that is occurring here at the base of the head, in through the shoulders, where the field is weary of imploding or adding steam or pressure into the field. And yet, even though this feels counterintuitive, this is exactly what is needed here. So calming through the eyes, through the vision, this propensity to seek truth in what we see, and yet what we see comes after we take the action. So looking for guidance, looking for clarity, how do we do that now? Where do we focus in order to find the information of the action that needs to be taken? Following this inner sensation through the left side of the field here, through the gut, through the sacral, through the heart, allowing the fears to settle and dissipate. Coming into the front of the crown here, the front of the mind. Breathing in and releasing your truth. Where it feels like we have not been in this range in a very long time, and it feels a bit like an attic space. Dusty, cobwebs, needing to clean the glass before we can see clearly what is outside. This reflection of distortion. And yet also this aroma of memories in this space that needs to be swept out. Recognizing, though, that this is not about pushing the memories out or away. This is about honoring the memories and honoring the energy that created those memories. That is what brought you to this space to begin with, and what has brought you this far. That is what has made this possible at all. So a different relationship here with the past now, feeling this through the right side of the field, into the belly, deep into the hormonal exchanges. There's a very strong chemical rebalancing here within the base of the field, upending this sense of dispute or argument within the field. At first we would have said uncertainty, but it is not uncertainty. There is a balancing or back and forth from which we hope to extract the truth of the choices that need to be made, looking forward into the future, through the choices, through the right side of the field here. And then the left range comes in as if to say, the future is your choice. What do you want the future to hold? And to rebalance from there. So the sense of uncertainty or going back and forth, perhaps it feels like you are unable to make a decision. It is not actually an inability to use the mind properly. What it is are the two ranges of the field not communicating or working properly together, because we have an inherent belief that our reality is shaped by outside forces, and that we need to look external for some sense of direction or some sense of understanding or knowledge in order to make the correct choice for this sort of central idea of where we are going or what we are doing. Dariato oya na kai, oya ana kai. Yes, we have to take into account the external world, but it is not supposed to influence our sense of direction or our compass, or the sense of direction that we derive from our compass. So clarifying the role that our energy field plays in our lives, clarifying the role that the external world plays in our lives, and how those two parts interact and work together. So it's as if we've been in the wrong sector of the field, on the outside looking in, when we should be on the inside looking out, or on the inside when we should be on the outside looking in. So this wheel, which almost starts to look like a pie with these 4 pieces of the wheel, the inner and outer world and how these ranges of our field, we can call it the masculine and the feminine ranges, interact with that holistically. Coming back into the left range of the field on the back side of the heart, into the base of the brain on the left side here, right along the spine. The inherent clarity that you derive from your field when you allow for this space of reconnection. The immensity of this and where we are at in the world in relation to time. Feeling the heaviness of that through the heart, these energetic disputes of rational thought, and just allowing the self to sink deeper into these fields here, the waters of time, the waters beyond time, these sort of emerald aqua tones, deep and rich in wisdom and nutrients. Allowing to clear through the ears wherever there is fear of embracing new life. Reconnecting and recalibrating the field. Coming into the left hip here, calming through the ears, through the center of the mind, through the sides of the neck. And how good it feels to take control of your life and all of these places where we are afraid to look underneath the blanket. Looking at what we do not know, what we do not understand, diving deeply into awareness here. And coming into the gut here, this tension through the belly, feeling this range of purity, and feeling this now through the spine, these tiny fibers of connection as you begin to take the reins here through the nervous system, upending this system of fields in its entirety. Coming into the back of the neck here, just along the spine, recalibrating this connection through the jaw, through the throat, these inner workings through the vocal chambers, and into the heart, into the spine, feeling this through the belly where your sustenance and your sense of lack of support was streaming freely out of the field. Looking up here through the crown, using your vision to see this chamber, this calibration. As we close in on this now, that sense of autonomy, yet which engenders this sense of solitude, being shut out, being alone, through the vision. Somehow this has been warped, this process, when we look at it and when we feel into it. Sealing our own energy field has been made to feel as if we are being entombed and that it is shutting out the light. This is all through the optic nerves, through the back of the head here and above this sacral temple of the Godhead at the base of the skull. Re-envisioning this taking back of your control. And allowing this to settle through the field, allowing the mind to rest in this knowing of the energy field. Supporting the mind now here through this awakening to the truth within the self, of the self, and of the relative self to the matrix. Solitude and harmony through one's own space, through one's own self-autonomy. And so it is.